Good evening to all of you. This is my 8th lecture in digital electronics. In the last class, I have already explained you about decimal number system and binary number system. In case of decimal number system, we are all aware of doing additions and subtractions. Today in this class, I am going to explain the addition and subtraction in the binary number system.
Students, these are the topics in the digital electronics. In my last class, I have completed the topics number systems, conversion of binary to decimal system and vice versa. Today, I am going to explain about binary addition and subtraction.
Now, first of all, let me explain about the binary addition. In this addition, there are some rules included in it. What are these? Number 1, 0 plus 0 is equals to 0. 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. So, there is no complication in these three to remember. But in case of 1 1, we will get 1 0 instead of getting 2. Why? Because the digit 2 is not present in the binary number system. Why? Because the digit 2 is not present in the binary number system. I have already explained you in the last class about the binary number system. In this system, what are the digits are present? The digits are 0 and 1. But 2 is not present. That is why we have to write 1 0 instead of 2. That is 1 0 is the binary equivalent of 2. That is why instead of writing 2, we are writing its binary equivalent, that is 1 0. Here is one problem for the binary addition. Here 110 is added with the 10. Okay. Now write these values like this: 1 1 0. Again this number as 1 0. Now add these two. 0 plus 0 is equals to 0. Again 1 plus 1. What is the value for 1 plus 1? That is 1 0. So you have to write this right side digit 0 here and again this left side digit here. Okay. And now add these two digits. 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 means 1 0. Again you write 1 0. So that is why we are getting 1000 as the answer for the addition of these two numbers. Okay. Here is the second problem. That is, we have to add this number with this number. So before going to solve this problem, we should remember the two things. That is, the binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0. What is that? The binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0 and the binary equivalent of 3 is equals to 1 1. Remember these two things. Okay. The binary equivalent of 2 is 1 0 and the binary equivalent of 3 is 1 1. Now add these two numbers. Okay, write like this. Write like this. Now add this 1 with 1. So 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. So now you have to write this 0 here and 1 here. Okay. Now add this value 1 with the 1. Again 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. Now write this 0 here and 1 is here. Okay. So after writing 1 here, again you add 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1. Again 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. Now you have to write this 0 here and 1 again here. Now you have to add 1 plus 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equals to 3 in case of decimal number system. But here we should not write the digit 3. Why? Because the digit 3 is not present in the binary number system. That's why we have to write the binary equivalent of the 3. What is the binary equivalent of 3? That is 1 1. That is 1 1. That's why we have written 1 1 here. 1 1 here. Okay. Mainly you have to remember that 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0 and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. Okay. If you keep these rules in your mind, then you can easily do this type of problems. Now the third problem, that is we have to add this number with this number. Okay. So before going to do this, you write the values for 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0 and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. Okay. Now you write these two numbers like this. Now add this 1 with this 1. So 1 plus 1 is 1 0. You write 0 here and 1 here. Now you have to add 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay. 3 ones are coming here. 3 ones means again 1 1. You write 1 here and 1 on the top of the 0. Now add this 1 and 1. Again 1 plus 1 is 1 0. Okay. So you have to write the right digit here and the left digit on the top of 1. Again you have to add 1 plus 1 plus 1. That is 1 1. You write this right side 1 here and left side 1 here. That is top of the 1. Now again adding these 3 ones, we will get 1 1. We will get 1 1. That's why the solution is like this. Okay. Mainly you have to remember that 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0 and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. Okay. Now the question number 4. Here we have to add this number with this number. So write these two numbers like this. Okay. So what are the rules here? That is 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0, and 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. Now add this 1 with this 1. 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. 1 0. Now write this 0 here and 1 here. Now you can observe that we are getting 3 ones here. 3 ones. That means 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. Now write this 1 here and again write this number here. Now how many ones you are getting? 2. Okay. 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. You write 0 here and 1 here. Again 1 plus 1, that is 1 0. Write 0 here, 1 here. Now you observe how many ones are here? 3. 3 means 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 1. That's why you have to write 1 here and 1 here. Here again we are getting 2 ones. 1 plus 1, that is 1 0. 0 here and 1 here. That's why here you see 1 plus 0, that is 1. Again 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. Now again 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 0. You have to write 0 here and 1 here. Here we are getting 2 ones. 1 plus 1 is 1 0. That's why we have written 1 0 here. Okay. Like this you have to do all the problems. Now let us go through the binary subtraction. What is it? Binary subtraction. So what are the rules in the binary subtraction? These are 0 minus 0 is equals to 0, 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, and 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. So here there is no complication to remember these 3 rules. Okay. What are these 3 rules? 0 minus 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is equals to 1. And 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay. There is no complication in it to remember. But you have to remember these 2 rules in case of subtraction. Okay. So before going to these rules, once again I am telling that the binary representation of 2, that is the binary equivalent of 2 is equals to 1 0, and the binary equivalent of 3 is 1 1. Okay. So instead of writing 2, you have to write 1 0, and instead of writing 3, you have to write 1 1. Why? Because the digits 2 and 3 are not present in the binary number system. Okay. In order to write 2, you have to write 1 0, and in order to write 3, you have to write 1 1. Okay. Keep it in your mind. Now, here all of us know that 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. Okay. So in case of binary system, Instead of writing 2, what we have to write? We have to write 1 0. We have to write 1 0. So 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. Okay. That is why this rule is like this. Again, 3, all of us know that 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. Okay. But in case of binary number system, we should not write the digits 2 and 3 because these two digits are not present in the binary number system. But instead of 3, we can write, what is that value? That is 1 1. Again, you write this minus as it is and this 1 as it is. Okay. This 2. What about this 2? Now we have to write the binary equivalent of 2, that is 1 0. That is why we got this rule. What is that rule? 1 1 minus 1 is equals to 1 0. Okay. You have to remember these two rules mainly. Okay. Now, the question number 1. Here we have to subtract this digit 1 from 110. From 110. So, before going to this subtraction, we have to recall the subtraction process in case of decimal number system. Okay. Now, let us take a number 90. What is that number? 90. 90. Now, how can you subtract 2 from this 90? This is a very simple problem in case of decimal number system. But actual thing what you are doing behind this problem you have to see. So here you are subtracting 2 from 0. But 0 is lesser than 2. Then what you are doing? You have to take 1 borrow from the 9. You have to take 1 borrow from the 9. Okay, after taking 1 borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0. 0 becomes 1 0 and 9 becomes 8. 9 becomes 8. Now, subtract this 2 from 10, that is 8. Now, you write this 8 as it is. That is why we are getting 90 minus 2 is equals to 88. This is the actual process behind the subtraction in case of decimal number system. So, keep these rules and apply these rules in case of binary number system. Okay. Now, write these two numbers like this. Now, we have to subtract 1 from 0. But here 0 is less than 1. Then what you have to do? You have to take borrow from the 1 here. So, after taking borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0. 0 becomes how much? 1 0. And this 1 becomes 0. And decremented by 1. By 1 means 1 minus 1 is 0. Next, 1 0 minus 1 is equals to how much? 1. According to the rules of binary subtraction. 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. That's why we have written 1 here. Again, here, instead of 1, we have to take 0. Okay? this 0 goes here. Again this 1 comes here. Okay, that is why we got the answer 101. Okay, this is the process behind the subtraction process. Now the question number 2. Here we have to subtract this number from this number. So before going to this problem, now let us take one example of subtraction in case of decimal number system. Suppose if you are going to subtract 5 from 603. 603. How you are going to subtract? Here 5 is less than 5 is greater than 3. So you cannot subtract 5 from 3. That's why you have to take borrow. So here 0 is unable to give borrow to 3. That's why this 6 will give one borrow to 3. Now 3 becomes 1 3. 3 becomes 1 3 and 6 becomes 5. 6 becomes 5. And what about the 0? 0 becomes 9 because 9 is the highest digit in the decimal number system. Okay, once again I am telling that here you have to subtract 5 from 3, but 3 is less than 5. So what you have to do? You have to take borrow. So here 0 is unable. It cannot give borrow to 3. That's why you go for 6. So 6 will give one borrow to 3. Now 3 becomes 13. 13. And 6 becomes 5. That means you have to decrease that digit by 1. And what about this 0? The 0 becomes 9. Why? Because the 9 is the highest digit in the decimal number system. Okay. Now you can easily subtract this 5 from 13. That is 8. You will get 8. And again you have to write this 9 here and here is 5. Okay. So what is the result? 598. Okay. How? By subtracting 5 from 603, we are getting how much value? 598. So this is the rules you are following while doing subtraction in case of decimal number system. Here one thing you remember that instead of 0 you are writing 9 because 9 is the highest digit in terms of decimal number system. Okay, but in case of binary number system, what is the highest digit there? That is 1. Okay. Now come to the actual problem. That is, you have to subtract this 11 from 1001. Now write these two numbers like this. Now you have to subtract this 1 from 0. But 0 is less than 1. Then what you have to do? You have to take borrow. You have to take borrow. But here 0 is unable to give borrow because it is a 0. How can it give one borrow to? other. That's why you come to this number 1. Now this number 1 can give 1 borrow. So after giving borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0 and 1 becomes 1 decremented by 1, that means it becomes 0. Then what about this 0? That is 1, because 1 is the highest digit in the binary number system. In case of decimal number system, what we have written there? We have written 9 there. Why? Because 9 is the highest digit in the decimal number system. But in case of binary number system, the highest digit is 1. That's why we have written 1 here. Now, you can easily subtract 1 from 1 0. What is the rule? 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. That's why we have written 1 here. Okay. Now, subtract this 1 from this 1. That is 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. Again, you write this 0 here. That's why we got the value 0 0 1 here. What is that value? 0 0 1 here. Okay, this is the actual process you have to follow in case of subtraction. Now come to the other problem. That is, here this number has to be subtracted from this number. Okay, that's why you have to write this number first and this number here. Now subtract this 0 from 1. So 1 minus 0 is 1. Again subtract this 0 from 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. Again you subtract 1 from 0. 0. That means 0 is less than 1. Then what is the process you have to follow here? You have to take 1 borrow. So here 0 is unable to give borrow. Now you take borrow from 1. So after taking borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0 and this 1 becomes 0. Okay, decremented by 1. That's why it became 0. And now what about this 0? 0 becomes 1. Why? Because 1 is the highest digit in the binary number system. Now you subtract this 1 from 1 0. What is the rule here? 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. That's why we have written 1 here. Again 1 minus 1 is 0. Again you have to subtract 1 from this 0. Okay? You cannot subtract it. That's why you have to take 1 borrow. So you take borrow from this 1. So after taking borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0 and this 1 becomes 0. Okay? Now subtract this 1 from 1 0. Here what is the rule? 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. I already told you, okay, at the beginning. 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1 and again this is 0. Okay, you need not to write this 0. You may write or you may not write this 0. Okay, that's why we got the answer like this. One more problem. Here, this is the number you have to subtract from this number. Okay? Now, write these numbers like this. Now, subtract 1 from this 1. So, 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, you have to subtract 1 from 0. Can you subtract it? No. Because 0 is less than 1. That's why you have to take borrow. And here 0 is unable to give 1 borrow. That's why you come to this 1. So this 1 will give borrow to this 0. So after taking borrow from 1, this 0 becomes 1 0. And this 1 is decremented by 1. That is, it becomes 0. And what about this 0? Becomes 1. Why? The highest digit in the binary number system is 1. Okay, you have to put highest digit in that system. What is the system here we are following? We are following binary number system. That's why we have to write 1 here. Now subtract this 1 from 1 0. What is the rule here? 1 0 minus 1 is equals to 1. That's why we wrote 1 here. Again, subtract this 1 from this 1. 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. Again, subtract this 1 from 0. Okay? You cannot subtract it. That's why you have to take borrow. So, this 0 cannot give borrow, this 0 cannot give borrow, this 0 cannot give borrow. But this 1 can give borrow. So, after taking borrow, this 0 becomes 1 0. 0 becomes 1 0 and this 1 becomes 0. That is decremented by 1. Okay. And then what about these 3 zeros? 3 zeros becomes 3 ones. Why? Because 1 is the highest digit in the binary number system. That's why we will get 3 ones here. Okay. Now subtract 1 from this 1 0. So in case of binary number system, 1 0 minus 1 is 1. And again, subtract this 1 from 1. That is why you got 0. Again, subtract 1 from this 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, 1 minus 1 is 0. Again, you are writing this 0 here. That's why we got the answer like this. One more question. Here you have to subtract this number from this number. Now what you have to do? Write these two numbers like this. Now subtract 1 from this 1. That is 1 minus 1 is 0. Again subtract this 1 from this 0. But 0 is less than 1. What you have to do? You have to take borrow from this. Why? Because 0 is unable, here 3 zeros are there. Zeros are unable to give borrow. That's why this 1 will give borrow here. So now this 0 becomes 1 0 and this 1 becomes 0. That is decremented by 1. Okay. Now what about these 3 zeros? They become 3 ones. Why? Because, again I am telling why, because 1 is the highest digit in the binary number system. Okay. Now you subtract this 1 from 1 0. 1 0 minus 1 is 1. Again 1 minus 1 is 0. Again 1 minus 1 is 0. Again 1 minus 1 is 0. Now write this 0 here. That's why we got the value like this. So students, up to now we have learned about the process of addition and subtraction in case of binary number system. Okay. Now here you can find the assignment. Okay, here there are 5 problems are here. So after watching this video, I think that you can handle these problems very easily. Okay, do the problems. Okay, thank you very much.